white dog wearing a straw hat was staring at her. The woman said something and looked up, but the door had closed. At the time, there was a noise from under the bed. The woman looked down, but there was nothing there. Little did you know, the hammer dog was right behind her. When the woman turned around, she was terrified. Xiao Mei and Joshua came running to his blessed zone. They saw the dog about to leave with the stick. Joshua quickly ran after it. He wrecked a rope. He saw the white dog standing over a tree. The tree was covered with thousands of eyes. Fortunately, with the loud thunder and lightning, those eyes suddenly vanished. Joshua believes this is definitely a dog's revenge. Him ran home immediately to stop Uncle Sam from opening the dog meat shop inherited from his father. But Uncle Sam had struggled to get his hands on the dog meat shop. How could he give it up? The elite is second and clearly saw something terrifying. Yet to claim to have seen a mouse. Thus, the dog meat shop rarely opened the next day. 3 of them slaughtered over a dozen puppies in succession. As a result, something eerie happened. Xiao was giving his mother a leg massage. But every 10 seconds and sliced the dog meat, his mother's leg would hurt. And it was covered in black blood veins. Joshua felt something was off. He hurried outside to stop second and she pleaded for it to stop. And the black veins on his mother's leg instantly disappeared with no pain. Powers and was clear that what was happening. She scolded Joshua harshly, believing that Joshua was envious of their booming business. But that night, Third M was cleaning the dog's slaughtering tools. Suddenly she stopped. As if possessed, she blankly walked towards the oven. Fortunately, her hands were resting on the edge, and her head wasn't cut off. Just as she was relieved to be alive, a hand suddenly reached out from the oven. It grabbed her hair and pulled down. Second Hand's neck was instantly severed in half. Ever since Second Hand's deserted death, the villagers started gossiping. Xiao Shuai's family must be cursed. Otherwise, how could so many incidents keep happening? Sure enough, that night, Ansan just finished checking the dog cage and was heading back indoors when she heard the dog cage leave open behind her. Turning around, she was shocked to find the dogs in the cage had turned into men. One of them, with bloodshot eyes, crawled out of the cage towards her. Before she could escape, the men lunged at her. They looked like he was about to bite her neck off. Uncle Sam whipped just in time and knocked her out with a stick. Ansan, trembling and speechless, pointed at the man and said to her husband, only to find that it was just a dog. Looking at the dog cage, they were all dogs. In the middle of the night, Joshua was suddenly awoken by the commotion. Hearing the noise coming from the kitchen, he slowly approached to check it out. It turned out to be the family's white dog drinking water. At the next second, it suddenly lunged at Fat Joshua like a mad dog. Joshua fought back with punches and kicks, but when he looked around, there was nothing. Yet his heart beat faintly. He looked at his arm and noticed a strange bite mark appear. At that moment, he thought of his words. The next day, he would go find her to ask. It turned out Billy's family used to be the biggest dog meat shop in town. One night, his father went insane and killed everyone in the family. He hid out of the bed, too afraid to make a sound. In the end, he still got trapped out by his father. In a moment of desperation, his brother rushed back, resisted with father to escape. As a result, father was struck by lightning. The younger brother was lucky to survive, so she closed the dog meat shop. Though the younger brother would say, no more strange occurrences at home. Josh's father escalated to the town's largest dog meat shop. Now Josh's family is like it was back then. This was due to too many dogs being killed. I had persuaded Joshua to go home and advised Uncle Sam to stop business. Meanwhile, Uncle Sam and his wife sought the sorcerer again. They asked the sorcerer what strange things persisted at home. The sorcerer told them it might be the revenge of his brother's ghost. They must dig up the grave and perform a ritual to suppress it. But how could Joshua allow them to dig up the grave? So Uncle Sam schemed the trick. When Sakomi was cooking porridge, Uncle Sam loudly called her from outside. Sakomi threw the pot and ran outside. Uncle Sam took the chance to add abortion pills to the pot. As Sakomi drank the porridge, her stomach hurt severely. Upon returning home, Joshua and his mother hurried to the hospital with her. Taking this opportunity, Uncle Sam got workers to dig up his brother's grave. At the hospital, checks revealed Sakomi had taken abortion pills. Luckily, the dosage was small, and it had no effect on the fetus. Joshua thought Sakomi didn't want to keep the baby, but Sakomi told him she did nothing. Joshua immediately suspected Uncle Sam. He quickly ran home. He actually found Uncle Sam pouring chicken blood into his father's incensed brother. See the Paul return. A guilty Ansan panicked and smashed the blood bowl. Again saw a small figure on the table. Mother could no longer contain her later. She rushed at Ansan and started fighting. At the moment, Joshua discovered Uncle Sam was absent. Feeling uneasy, he hurried to the graveyard. When the wizard asked about his brother's time of death, the villagers all said it was 5 a.m., but Uncle Sam claimed it was 3:30 a.m. Just then, Joshua arrived. He asked Uncle Sam how he knew the exact time of his father's death. Under Joshua's how he questioned it, Uncle Sam said he was at the scene. If he had intervened, his brother wouldn't have drowned. But he didn't save him because his brother deserved to die. He had pressed him throughout his life, and even violated his wife. Originally when his outscores, his brother's words turned him into a coward. The younger brother was jobless and homeless, living in his brother's house and working at his dog meat stall. If he hit his brother, he would end up sleeping on the street. Hearing this, the younger brother immediately released his grip on his brother's collar. The perverted brother mocked him before leaving. Your wife is really something, so fresh. Moreover, Apollo and his sister-in-law was pregnant with his child. He added a large amount of abortion drugs into the pot. As a result, his sister-in-law became infertile. The younger brother dreamed of killing his brother. What can I do under my brother's pressure? I dare not act. Finally, I saw my brother fall into the water pit. My wife Virgilia attempted to rescue him, but he pulled her back. He even forced her not to tell anyone. Hearing this, Joshua couldn't bear it any longer. He threw a punch at Uncle Sam, blaming him for not helping. Little did he know, Uncle Sam had been waiting for this moment for over a decade. The two of them got into a fierce fight. Seeing this, the wizard quickly grabbed the mic and fled. After a few rounds between the two, Uncle Sam picked up a brick and knocked Joshua out. At the moment, his leg was excruciating pain. He rolled up his pants and left. The wound from the monster dog bite was already festering. Ignoring the pain, he hurried home limping. He needed to seize the family inheritance left for his sister-in-law before Joshua woke up. But as he entered the yard, he saw a demon dog with a hat and a cane standing on the roof. Its red eyes were fixed on him. He quickly ran inside the house. Just as he thought everything was fine, the demon lunged at him, jumped on him, and spat a large amount of gastric acid on his face. At this time, his wife was waiting for him in bed after taking a shower. Unexpectedly, the husband who can inherit turned into a monster. He lunged at her frantically. Then he dragged her into a woodshed. He forced his wife into the boiling water. Before long, Xiao Shuai woke up. He quickly ran home. As soon as he entered, he saw Aunt Anne lying on the ground, badly scalded and gasping for breath. Just as he was panicking and uncertain, he heard his mother shouting from the kitchen. He saw Uncle Sam holding a flamethrower, intent on killing his mother. Xiao Shuai immediately rushed to stop him. Once again, they fought. After a grueling battle of 81 rounds, Xiao Shuai broke Uncle Sam's neck with a cutting board, causing his head to spin 180 degrees. Thought he was dead. But unexpectedly, just as the three of them were about to leave, Uncle Sam actually stood up again. He rotated his head back. Xiao Shuai quickly urged Xiao Mei to take their mother away. He stayed behind Uncle Sam. Two of them fought their way into the woods. At this moment, it was raining and thundering. Xiao Shuai suddenly thought of the way the last photo died. While fighting, he moved towards a large tree. He saw branch on the tree. And immediately had planned. When Uncle Sam lunged at him, Xiao Shuai dodged just in time. Uncle Sam crashed into the branch and was impaled like a kebab. Seeing that he wasn't completely dead, Xiao Shuai rushed up and held him down firmly. At that moment, lightning struck. Uncle Sam was injured on the spot. Fortunately, Xiao Shuai survived. In the end, Xiao Shuai took his mother and Xiao Mei to the big city, escaping from the terrifying little town that left to eat dummy.